Prepare for the glamour event at these Pacific Alliance Championships. It's the women's artistic competition, and David Luterman, some of the world's best in action here.
That's right, Bernadine. Outside of the Eastern European countries, these are the cream of the crop for the rest of the world. We've got the United States, Canada, China, and Australia battling it out for a title here in the Pacific Champs.
Some big names there, and I guess really crucial in the Olympic year and giving coaches a gauge of where their athletes are at.
Yeah, critical. This competition is one of the last major competitions in the build-up to the 2000 Olympics. So the teams here are vying for a position. They're vying for mind space within the judges as to where they fit in going into the Olympics. So it's politically a very important competition.
Well, a lot riding on things today.
Yeah, there is. Today we'll decide who the team champions are, we'll decide who the all-around champions are, and after today we'll know who's going into the apparatus finals over the next couple of days.
Well, let's get on with it. The women's artistic competition right here at the Westpac Trust Centre in Christchurch. In the women's artistic competition, there are 4 apparatus, and athletes have been placed in 6 groups. So each rotation, 2 groups will have a bye.
In this first rotation, the teams to be looking for will be China and Canada. And the Chinese are starting on floor.
And Liang Yan has between 70 and 90 seconds.
Yang's opened with a 2.5 twist punch front. And obviously with a fault there. And she's come back with a 1.5 twist punch front.
Hasn't knocked her confidence so far.
There's not a lot of time for the girls. If they make a mistake, they've got to keep in time with their music. So they really have to get up and keep moving.
Routine choreographed to the music, David?
Yes, there's typically 2 coaches that work with the girls. One works on the acrobatic skills, and one specializes in the choreography and balletic movements. There's a triple twist. High difficulty rating. The girls have to demonstrate acrobatic series throughout the floor, both back tumbling and front tumbling in combination.
And Liang, the final tumble.
Double pike somersault.
Well, she certainly picked up a game after that first little mishap, David.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate start. It's always tough when you walk onto the floor and you've got to kick off with your most difficult tumbling run first up. But she did pick up, and she finished her routine quite strongly from there.
Let's have another look at that.
Here's the double pike dismount. Good landing, good solid landing for her.
She'll be waiting for her score. Yang using all 40 feet by 40 feet is the floor exercise. 8.45 for Yang from China, 16 years old.
Yeah. The Chinese will be hoping to drop that score. In all honesty, the teams won't be looking at counting anything less than a 9 if they can help it. So really the next 3 competitors to come need to perform for China.
Well, that's an 8.45. Let's see what Peng Sha from China can do, 17 years old.
Two and a half twisting front to a punch front. That's a good tumbling skill. It was a 2.5 twisting back somersault to a punch pike front. So she's nailing all her tumbling skills. She now has to mix it up. She has to show leaps, gymnastic movements throughout the routine, as well as the special requirements of the tumbling and mixing forward and back tumbling within one particular tumbling row. And a triple twist.
So Ping Xia from China
That
completes her floor exercise.
That's right, Bernadine. That'll take a lot of pressure off the Chinese. It's important after a broken routine from their first competitor that the second girl comes up and nails her routine as Peng just did. So the other two girls can relax a little bit.
As we cross to the uneven bars, Kate Richardson from Canada.
There's Kate on the bars, working through an L-grip giant. Lots of turning, and there's her release, a Jaeger, piked Jaeger. Transition to the low bar and back to the high bar. Winding up for dismount and a double layout.
Oh, nice and clean.
Good routine from the Canadians. The Canadians are coming into this competition with one of their top-ranked teams, and they'll be looking to break into the medals.
Kate Richardson, she's 15 years old. She went to the World Champs last year in China. Well, look, there we have the score for Peng Xia from China, 9.2, and that's certainly taking the pressure off China.
Yep, they've crept into the nines.
Ling Ji on the floor for China.
There's a big first tumble. Whip back to triple twist. Two and a half twist front to punch front. So she's picking up difficulty in the skills she's performing, plus connecting them. Twist punch front. Now Ling has made the same error in that tumbling row that Liang made as the first competitor, so
it's not what China wants at this stage. Let's see what she can pull out with her final tumble.
Double twist. Okay, well, China's probably had a less than preferred start on on floor exercise. They'd be wanting 3 good routines out of 4 to count towards their team total.
Watching again, Ling Ji, the final tumble. Nice elevation.
Double twist. She landed a little bit flat on her heels. She needed to rotate that 2.5 twist a little bit further, so she was leaning forward on the landing, and then she could have completed the punch front.
Akiko Kawai has just commenced her uneven bars.
There's a Ginger. She managed to hang on by her fingernails there, so. Okay, there was a slight slip up in her transition from the higher bar to the low bar. Winding up for dismount. And a double layout. Slight fault deduction on landing. And
the tough thing about the parallel bars, the movements should flow from one to the next, no pauses.
That's right. Yeah, some of the special requirements on uneven bars is that they have to make a transition 3 times during the routine from the high bar to the lower bar.
Well, Ling Ji has just got her score 8.7. She won't be happy with that.
No.
China won't be happy with that.
Well.
And you wouldn't believe that she's 17 years old. Bai Changyu.
She's a little power pack. Look forward to her tumbling moves. whip back through to double pike.
Nicely done.
Yu is working well through her routine. Now it's critical that she completes her tumbling rows. 2.5 twists to punch front. Very solid. Excellent routine from Bai.
Bai Yu completing her floor, while Erin Dooley from the USA begins the beam.
Erin Dooley's mounted with a front somersault directly connected to a leap, so she'll pick up connection bonus for that. And a leap series. There's an acro series containing 2 somersaults, so that is a requirement, 2 layout somersaults. The American girls have brought their top team to the Pacific Champs.
Remember, that beam is 10 centimetres wide.
Front somersault with a full twist.
Nice clean dismount. Erin Dooley from the USA.
Americans will be happy with that. Early on in the event, it's good to have a routine in the bag with a good solid score. Front somersault, full twist, solid landing. So the Americans have drawn it first up, which is always a bit of a nervous start for them.
And there's Bai Yu's score, 8.25. Amy Chow on beam, and she is a hot shot for the USA, although moves like that will not help the team or individual scores.
Now, Amy comes in as the USA #1 ranked gymnast. As I said, the beam is a nervous one to start on for the girls.
Amy, a member of the Magnificent Seven in '96, who won gold in the teams in Atlanta.
Oh, that's a great skill there. Full twisting, 3 quarterback somersault.
Been a lot of talk about Amy Chow. Big draw card for this competition. 21 years old.
Yeah, she certainly comes in favored for the all-around title.
That fall's not going to help her chances, David.
No, it isn't. But as I said, the beam will bite several of the competitors. There's a triple twist dismount. That's a fantastic dismount. So she did make amends for the fall halfway through. That'll cost her half a point. Hopefully, with her finish, she'll still retain a score, either a high 8 or possibly up into the low 9s. So all is not lost. That's a great move. Highly rated difficulty. Also completes one of her special requirements. Moving down low onto the beam.
Well, Amy's teammate, Elise Ray, is about to commence her beam routine.
There's Elise. She's probably busy trying to put Amy's fall out of her mind, and she's got her routine to get on with. Turning sequence. Nice little back walkover.
Now, the impression the gymnast wants to give here is that she's performing quite beautifully there on the floor, not a strip 4 inches wide.
Yes, that's right. Understand that the girls prefer it when the floor music is actually running. It helps them keep moving, a bit of continuity. Yeah, that's right. So it's not distracting to them. That's a great move there. It's a back dive to a quarter turn, landing in handstand. So now on the beam, they have to combine tumbling elements as well as leaps and turns and a close connection next to the beam. So where they're down in supporting with their hips around the beam.
And looking for extra points on a powerful dismount.
That's right. There's a front somersault to a leap. Now they get connection bonus there. If you can display a tumbling skill connected with a leap, they do get extra bonus points for connecting those two elements. And here's her dismount, a double twist.
Nicely done. Elise Ray from the USA, she'll be wrapped with that performance. Maybe Amy Chow won't be so much with her result. 8.65 for Amy Chow.
Okay, well, that's obviously a little bit lower than Amy would have hoped for. But they will probably drop Amy's score, and the other three girls' scores will count. Double twist, slight form break in the legs, but a good solid dismount.
And that is Bella Caroli. He is the man at this competition.
Yeah, Bella is a living legend in gymnastics. He's been around forever, coached Olympic champions.
Nadia Comaneci, Mary Lou Redden.
That's right.
Of course, Nadia Comaneci, the first gymnast to be awarded the perfect 10. I guess that's what they all strive for. So after the completion of the first rotation, let's have a look at the scores. Well, after the first rotation, the USA with a clear lead on the rest of the teams. Japan sitting in second and China positioned in third at this early stage. The USA helped by Elise Ray's brilliant effort on the beam. She scored a 9.625, and that sees her as the leading individual after the first rotation. And a great crowd here in Christchurch for the Pacific Alliance Gymnastics Champs. Plenty happening, lots of international talent to feast on. Of course, there's a Kiwi team here warming up on the beam, preparing to commence the second rotation.
Yep, the New Zealand girls have entered the competition now. They've set out the first round on a bye, and they've watched the other girls get going, and now it's their turn. Unfortunately, they've drawn beam first up, so as I said, it's a nervous one for the girls, but I'm sure they'll do their best to rise to the challenge. And now it's their turn to start concentrating on what they can do and let the other girls worry about the team title.
They've had a chance to suss out the opposition, the competition. Of course, there are 6 groups rotating around at 4 apparatus, so 2 groups will sit out each rotation.
Also critical, now the Australian girls who've just entered the competition too, they had a bye first round. And at the last World Championships, the Australian girls placed 1 position ahead of the Americans. And the Americans, as I said, they're preparing for Sydney 2000. So they want to, in the minds of the judges, they want to be perceived as 1 ahead of Australia. So really, they've got everything to gain here. And the Australians will be keen to retain their position ahead of the pack.
Australia 5th at the last World Championships. They want to improve on that.
Well, they will. I mean, it's a fantastic result for the Australians to get 5th. I mean, it's a long time coming that any of the countries from Southern Hemisphere have been able to break that deadlock that the Eastern Europeans have, that the Chinese. So really, I mean, it's a fantastic performance to be in number 5 position. Of course, when you're at 5th, you're within a sniff of the medals, and the Australian girls will be looking for that sort of performance at home. They'll have a hometown advantage. This is the second event for the Americans now. They've gotten through beam. They want a solid performance on the floor. And here's Morgan's first tumbling rope. Two and a half twist to a punch front. She came close to going out of bounds there, but pretty heads up to stay in bounds. It's a 0.1 deduction if they do step out of the floor area. Half twist to 1.5 twist. Combined, she picks up a special requirement there, plus connection bonus. So already she's got a lot of bonus in her routine. A leap.
A 16-year-old from Fairfield, Ohio. Bringing plenty of dance, boogie-oogie-oogie movements into her routine.
Yeah, the Americans are well known for their choreography. Great routines to watch, combined with some very difficult tumbling skills. Sometimes the better they tumble, the better they dance too, I think. There's a triple twist.
The crowd appreciating that.
Oh, that's a great
Morgan
routine
White.
first up.
Well done, Morgan White.
The girls will be happy about that. They had to count a low score on beam, so coming into floor, it's critical that 3 of the girls, at least out of the 4, have solid scores. So it's great when the first girl steps up and performs. Triple twist, it's a difficult skill to perform, and she landed it great. She's done her job. It's up to the other girls.
They make it look so easy, but her chest is certainly puffing there, expelling the air, and she's followed by Erin Dooley.
She'll have a little break now. The Americans are going into a bye after floor, so she's got time to recuperate. Now Erin hopefully can build on that energy level and get out and give them another score first up. Typically with the 4 girls that will compete, as I said, they are allowed to drop their lowest score. And typically they'll stack the order so that their stronger competitors go later.
So I expect it to get even better for the stakes.
Yes, you do. Arabian double front, little slip on the landing. She was slightly under-rotated, and she took a fall there, so there'll be a pretty heavy deduction for that. Unfortunate it happens on the first pass. She's got the rest of the floor to sort of make good on it, but full twisting front through to a double twisting back. Now she's combined front tumbling and back tumbling there. Requirement for the girls on floor. Combining leaps. They also have to display a leap of C-rated difficulty or higher.
Oh, she does not need that.
No. Double pikes severely under-rotated, so major deduction there. Erin will want to forget that routine. And the girls following her now need to hit their routines.
The shake of the head says it all. That is a major disappointment for Erin.
Here's her Arabian double front. That was her mount, and she just about landed it, but her feet just slipped out from under her. So 2 tumbling rows with major deductions, and the Americans would like to think that they can drop that score. They do have 2 competitors to come. Amy Chow there getting ready.
And a 9.425 for Morgan. She had a nice, clean, tidy routine. That bodes well for the USA.
Yep, that score's in the bank. So Morgan really did them a lot of favors by putting that score in the bank first up. So Erin's score hopefully will be the one that they drop.
And this is Amy Chow. She had a disappointing beam. She'll make up for it on the floor, I'm sure.
I'm sure she will. All the great competitors can come back. Whip through to full in, back out.
Little cheeky smile there. Relieved to get that one out of the way.
Yeah, that first tumbling pass is a big one. She'll relax a little bit now. She's got to go into her choreography, into her leaps. Two and a half twist to punch front. A little bit of slippage there. She landed it, but she pulled it out. I don't think she'd take too much of a deduction there, so she's going really well. There's her leap series. Great height in her leaps. Okay, she's done some dance moves. She's got her breath back into another tumbling row. Front step out through to triple twist. Great routine, fantastic.
A 21-year-old from California who's majoring in biology at Stanford. She's got plans to go to medical school to become a doctor.
Talented.
And you're going to say she probably plays the violin as well. Well, I can tell you, David, she's a very, very good piano player. Doesn't it make you sick?
Yes. Makes you feel like a bit of an underachiever.
Certainly quite humbling being in the midst of these incredible athletes.
Yeah, sure is. And the hours that she puts in training, it's just amazing that she has time to develop.
Big smile from Amy.
Yep, that's great. It's a mark of a champion. I mean, she's come off the beam. She's had that disappointment to put behind her.
8.2 for Erin.
Yeah, that will be the one that the Americans will certainly hope to drop. And now they've got 2 scores in the bank. They've got Morgan's and Amy's.
Elise Ray from the United States.
Triple twist to punch front. That's a great move. She's off to a good start. Combination of leaps. Bit of a Spanish flavor. Oh, good combination of tumbling skills there. Twisting, solid, no deductions. She'll take a bit of time now. She looks to be enjoying herself.
Oh, nice fixed footing on those pirouettes.
Yeah, difficult spin. She picks up bonus points for that pirouette on one foot. And a 2.5 twist. She managed to hold her footing there. A little bit of a slip. Good routine.
Well, she's solid and dependable. She got a 9.625 on the beam. She'll be wanting to get something in that similar region. Let's have another look at that tumbling pass.
Half twist through to 1.5 twist.
Look at the height.
Yeah.
Takes a slow-mo to appreciate the height and control.
Yeah, and imagine the pressure on the ankles too, really. You know, these girls are tough.
And they're about to commence the vault.
Ooh, Yurchenko 1.5 twist from Zena McLaughlin. That was Australia's first routine for the competition and a good one to start with. Now the Australians, remember, they're coming in here looking to win the title. They want to stay ahead of the Americans and the Chinese.
Alana Slater from Australia, her first of 2 vaults.
Okay, that was a lay out front with a half twist there, so a front entry vault. Here's the replay. She's coming in, front entry, handspring in, and a half twist.
Not
Back
quite enough
somersault
height.
out. No, yeah, she's a bit short on height, a bit under-rotated, and she had to take a step sideways, so there's some minor deductions there, but as I said, it's a difficult vault. Here she comes in for her second vault now. The girls have to perform 2 vaults that are different in structure, so expect to see a different vault here from Alana. Oh no, she had a touchdown there, so
she will not be happy. That's 2 vaults. Dismount.
That's
Not
right.
quite
Yeah,
there.
no, it's not quite up to the standard of the first vault. Again, half twist, layout, and a touchdown there. So
yes, it's a look we've seen.
Yep,
a
she's
few
a bit
times.
disappointed. She landed a bit short too, so it's probably stung her ankles a little bit. She'll shake that out.
Alana Slater scored 8.9 on her vault from Australia. Let's see what Lisa Skinner can do.
Lisa, rear entry vault, so that's a Yurchenko, laid out with a half twist.
Nice and clean.
Yeah, it was a clean vault. She got good height, good distance, a little bit of form break in the air, but that's not a major deduction. Rear entry into the vault, half twist, and a good landing. Now, the judges will be looking for her landing position, height, and when she executed the twist.
Now, watch this lady, Trudy McIntosh. She placed 5th in vaults at the Worlds last year. Quite an athlete.
Yeah, Trudy is she's a potential medalist in Sydney on vault.
Nice accelerated run.
Okay, that's
Clean.
a laid out handspring front with a full twist. Doesn't get much tougher for the girls, and she nailed it. Little bit of form in the knees, but she wouldn't be too concerned about that. That's a great start for her. Interesting battle on vault. Here we go.
Exploding off the board.
Yep. That's a great vault. Good distance, good height. Heaps of difficulty. That'll score really well. Now, the battle here on vault, later on in the competition, we'll see Trudy going head-to-head really with a girl from Mexico, Denise Lopez, who's also ranked around 5th in the world on vault. She's got her 2nd try here, so she can improve on that. She'll be very happy. Okay, there's another one. She got a little bit more length on that one. A little bit of a hop. Hard to say which one's going to be worth more, but I think she'll take either score. So
only one score counts, David?
That's right. Yep, they'll take the top score. Yeah, that certainly got more length on that one. So I'm sure Denise Lopez is looking from the sidelines and thinking, right, that's what I have to beat.
And we've got a result coming through for Trudy McIntosh, a 9.625. It's the best score out of the Australians so far.
Yep, that'll be tough to beat.
And New Zealand has also completed on the beam with Laura Robertson from New Zealand.
Okay, here's Laura's mount. Laura's marked out of a score of 9, 9, or 10 on beam, so she's got the potential to score well here. Laura's our Olympic qualifier, so Laura will be off to Sydney in September. And she's working hard here to lift the difficulty. That's a good acro series from Laura. It's a good one to get out of the way. Those are the ones that often the girls can come to grief on the beam with those tumbling skills. So she's looking pretty confident at the moment.
Member of the New Zealand team since
Side somersault. That's a nice little tumbling element. Yeah, Laura's been around for a while now, so she's one of our experienced competitors. Great opportunity to compete in this competition with the girls that we have. A little bit of a pause there, a slip. There'll be a minor deduction, probably 0.2, 0.3. Nothing that's going to take too much away from her score here. She'll be looking to get through to the end now here. She's done most of her difficulty. There's a full pirouette. And a double twist dismount. Nice. Laura will be happy with that.
So a nice, clean dismount for Laura Robertson. 6th all-round at the Commonwealth Games and an 8.5. So that completes the 2nd rotation. Let's update the scores. Well, 2 rotations under the team's belts. The USA maintains dominance on the standings. Australia have crept up thanks to a 9.625 vault from Trudy McIntosh. China also figure they're a team to watch. The USA's Elise Ray still our leading individual. And here is the pocket rocket by Chung Yu. She is tiny, but don't let that fool you. The 17-year-old from China, preparing for her first vault. Told ya.
Handspring front, have twist. Good stretch position there. Solid vault from Bai. Okay, she got good distance there. That's a good solid vault for Bai. She's got a second opportunity here, so she'll try and improve on that one.
Now this is Lisa Skinner from Australia. She is a bars specialist, rated in the top 36 in the world.
Change your direction down to the low bar. Full twist to a full twisting double back somersault. Very clean routine. The Australians are on fire. Solid routines.
And Bai Chung Yu for her second vault.
Here's Bai for her second attempt. She'll be performing the same vault, trying to improve on what she did in the first attempt. Handspring front. Oh, she's put an extra twist in. She's done a 1.5 twist.
She must have been happy with that first vault to
Yep, often
risk that.
Yep, when they get a good first score, they'll often attempt a more difficult vault second up to try and improve on their score. They know they've got a solid one, so the judges will award them the highest of the two vaults, and that was a 1.5 twisting front, handspring front. Aussie on the bars. It was a huge Jaeger there. Alana's working very well. Great extension in her giants. Oh, full twist. Thomas hop over the top to a Ginger. Stretch position. All of the Australian girls are scored out of 10. Oh, there's a full twisting double back. Good routine. Start value in excess of 10 points. Of course, they're only judged out of 10, but she had so much difficulty in that routine that she's got some bonus points to spare. So she'll be looking for a strong score on that.
Had a disappointing vault, so she'll be happy with this.
Oh, almost a laid out Ginger. They need to perform release moves, 2 release moves on the bars. There's a full twisting giant, connected straight into a half in, half out, a double back somersault with a full twist.
Ping Xia for China on the vault. She had a 9.2 on the floor.
It's tit for tat here. The Aussies have a good routine, and then it's up to the Chinese on the vault. All right,
Just touching the bottom.
It was a round off onto the beat board with a half twist. So she initially entered towards the vault backwards, then performed a half twist into a handspring. Front with a half turn, but she under-rotated the landing, had a touch, so she'll be hoping to improve on that one in her second attempt. Here it is, half turn on, front half twist, and slightly underdone. So she missed her hands a little bit on the vault, didn't get as much height as she needed.
But the confident little Bai Chung Yu, 9.362. Ping Xia onto the vault. It's her second vault.
Shaw, half turn on, front, half turn. Now that's a lot better. She'll be very pleased with that. Great credit for her to put the first vault out of her mind and come up with this. Half turn on, handspring front, half turn, and just about nailed the landing. A little bit of a step.
And New Zealand's Laura Robertson has just begun her floor routine.
2.5 twist, punch pike front, a little bit of a step out of bounds, not a major. She'll pick up 0.1, but a good first tumbling row for Laura.
Laura's looking confident. She had a good beam. Moving into floor. Triple twist. Laura's not had a company with any of the competitors here tonight on floor.
Nice height, nice extensions.
She's got all the tumbling. Marked out of, I believe her start value on floor is 9.9. So really, she has the potential to score very well.
Not quite enough height.
Didn't need that. It was a full twisting front to a punch front, and very disappointing. She tumbled so well up to there. She'll take a full fall there. So unfortunately, that's going to take a big chunk out of Laura's score. She's...
Oh, disappointed.
Yeah.
Let's have another look and see what went wrong. This is the lead up. Everything looking good.
Okay, that's her triple twist. Now, that's a very difficult skill. Laura's one of the few gymnasts in New Zealand to even perform that skill.
I mean, that must really take the shine off. Up until then, quite a slick performance.
This is not peak season, so she's done well to get ready for this competition. And here's the disappointment at the end. Just slipped out at the end. Still get value for the move, probably, but that will cost her.
An update on Alana Slater. That is a good score, 9.55 for the Aussie.
Yeah, the Aussies are scoring well on uneven bars, and they'll need to. The Chinese are also very good on uneven bars, as are the American teams. So
certainly putting the pressure on. And it's an 8.10. That fall really did cost Laura. Good score there for the Chinese team.
Yeah, it'll be a good total for the Chinese on vault.
The woman we really want to see, 23-year-old Denise Lopez. She is really rated in this competition.
Denise has come all the way from Mexico. She's here as an individual, so she hasn't got the support of a team around her, but she's been around for a while. She's nothing phases her.
6th at the World Champs last year in vault, and she's just recently returned from the Glasgow Grand Prix last weekend. She was 2nd there and 1st in the German Grand Prix, so she certainly got the results to back up a 6th at the World Champs. Mexico not attending the Olympics.
No, it's unfortunate that they haven't been able to qualify anyone for the Olympics, but there's World Cup events for Denise to look towards. If they can get a #1 ranked gymnast, the Mexicans will go crazy. So here she comes. Laid out front, half twist, perfectly straight, a little bit of a bobble on the landing, but rock solid, really. Your body position in the air is just tight as can be. Hits the vault, handspring in, laid out front, half turn, and there is room in that vault for some more twisting. And she wants to go one better. She wants to win. Okay, she performed the same vault, got good distance. It's good enough. I think, you know, come to finals, Denise will pull out some more difficulty.
Let's have another look. Clean rotations, controlled landing.
Yep, great landing. A little bit of a stinger on the ankles, but she'll put up with that for the sort of score she's looking at getting. Will have qualified for the apparatus vaulting finals, and Trudy and Denise will go head-to-head on that event.
Yuka Kawamura from Japan. And she's away.
Plenty of run-up into this mount. Round off on, layout somersault onto the beam, solid as a rock.
Beautifully controlled.
Good to get a nice solid start on the beam. There's another leap, difficult leap. 2 of them combined, a little bit of a stagger. The girls do get connection bonus when they combine leaps with difficulty ratings. Round off. Layout, somersault. She did have to pike. She landed with 2 feet. So she picked up a D for that element. Front somersault, to a leap, again, connection, and to a third element. Now there's a special requirement there, moving down to work on the beam from the torso region, as it is a special requirement on beam. Now she's up. Spins on one foot. Leap directly to 2 further leaps. So again, going for further connection bonus.
And the routines to build for the dismount.
Yep, again, most of the girls take the full length of the beam into their round off. Punch double back. Bit of a deep landing, but she'll be pretty happy with that routine, I think.
It was Yuka Kawamura from Japan.
Japanese are certainly not out of the competition here. They're here to compete. Double back, a little bit of split legs, bit of a deep landing, so there's a couple tenths in there in terms of execution deduction, but they're on their way.
So that's it for Japan on the beam. Let's see how that affects the points after the third rotation. 3 rotations down. That marks the halfway stage for the women. And a bye for the Aussies in this rotation sees Japan sneak into the top 3. USA still charging in front. And consistency paying off for USA's Elise Ray. She'll be tough to beat in the all-round. And one of the leading contenders on vault is about to fly onto the uneven bars. Denise Lopez from Mexico.
She's working into a giant half turn, full turn. Okay, she's changed direction there, so she's ad-libbing some moves here. Trying to get back onto the high bar. Really doesn't matter, as long as she doesn't make execution errors, she can pick up, still string some difficulty together. There's a reverse hecht.
And keep that momentum going.
That's right, yeah, through to a back hop to the low bar, transition back to the high bar. The important thing is just to keep moving. Stringing difficulty, a double layout somersault. Pretty solid routine from Denise.
Elise Ray from the USA is about to commence her first vault. A 9.625 on the beam, a 9.45 on the floor. She's in contention for the individual all-round.
Yurchenko, 1.5 twist. Plenty of difficulty rating in that vault. Elise is doing her all-around chances no harm there. Sort of coming through the pack, I think. There's some more favorite gymnasts for the all-around total.
9.10 from Morgan White, the first USA vaulter.
Coming in, round off onto the beat board. Back entry, 1.5 twist. Solid landing, possibly a little bit better than the first. Great height, good length.
Coach is happy.
Yeah, little
I'd be
there.
happy.
Yeah.
Let's have another look.
Coming in at pace at 1.5 twists, it takes a lot of courage. These girls are going flat tap towards the horse. They've got to do a round off backwards onto the beat board and then dive backwards onto the horse and prop off in time to do a somersault with a 1.5 twist. Coming off the back of a good floor routine, Amy's moving into vault, trying to pull herself up the rankings. Again, Yurchenko entry, double twist. That's a fantastic vault. So I think these girls are showing the Australian and the Mexican that they're here for the vault title as well. There's some, the standard on vault is really some of the best in the world. Even the Eastern European countries can't match what we're seeing here tonight.
Amy Chow, nice body, shoulder, hand position.
2.5 twist, a little bit of form break, but you know, when you're packing that much into that short space of time, it's not surprising that the legs come apart a little bit.
The bonus points must help out more than those little bits being taken off of those legs.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this vault's, the start value on that vault is 10, so the judges really just take their execution errors off of that, so she'll be scoring a mid to high 9 for that. Comes Amy into her second vault. Yurchenko, double twist, and a better landing. Now that one could be a little bit better for her. I had a sense that she had to pike that one down a little bit more, but the landing was certainly better. Yeah, she did have to pike down a little bit into the landing there, and that is an execution deduction. I think she landed a little bit higher in the first vault, but the landing was pretty solid. She's hurting a little bit. I think her ankles have taken a bit of a pounding there. Now we're back to bars.
Chen Maoji from China.
Chinese are great on asymmetric bars. Oh, there's a turn into L grip, hop out, full turn back into L grip, straight to a Jaeger. The combination for that move is phenomenal. So
The coach is hovering. You know always to expect something exciting when the coach hovers.
Usually in there for the big releases. As long as he doesn't touch her, there's obviously no deduction. He's allowed to be there. Coming in full turn into L grip again, hop out, half turn to a reverse hacked. And double layout. Not much wrong with that. Start value again would be probably in excess of 10. Of course, you can only be scored out of 10, but these girls pump extra difficulty bonus points into their routine just in case they miss a couple of moves, a couple of combinations. They have some further combinations in there to back it up. Winding up and double layout dismount. Competition's hotting up here. The Americans have had a good result on vault. The Chinese are now on one of their favorite events. Yes. Australians are still hovering in there.
China a real force on the uneven bars so far.
Yep, they've put together some solid routines there. Looking to advance here. This is one of their stronger events, so they really want to score well.
Li Jing from China.
Great extension in their giant circles into L grip. Now this is a rotated grip that increases the difficulty rating of their skills into a Jaeger, full extension, and transition down to the low bar for a combination.
Each routine requiring 2 release elements.
Of B value, these girls are doing release elements of D value. So they're exceeding the requirements. Reverse hacked. And winding up for dismount, double layout, perfect landing. It's hard to find a lot wrong with that. The judges have their work cut out for them there. The Chinese aren't putting a foot wrong on uneven bars. It's really going to be putting the pressure on the other teams. Here we are winding up. The extension in her giants is fantastic. And the double layout, perfect position, perfect landing. Pretty happy. Moving pretty consistently through the competition.
Ling Ji a 9.725.
Yeah, now that's a great score on uneven bars, so.
That is a brilliant score. Her teammate scoring a 9.450, so she's well ahead of Chen Maoji.
Yeah, that will be the top score, and probably the top score for the night. It's not a lot of room to squeeze in between there and 10, so it's going to be down to the Americans on uneven bars to see if they can top that.
Julie Beaulieu from Canada. Bring in some dance elements prior to her first set of tumbling.
2.5 twist punch front. So she's combined 3 tumbling elements in that first row for connection bonus, elevating the value of the last tumbling row, tumbling skill, and going straight into her second tumbling pass, which is a double pike.
Keeping those dance elements varied, different moods and tempos.
And her leap series. Canadians will be pretty happy with the way things are going so far for Julie. Dramatic number. Again, a combination of leap elements, twisting.
It's a tough apparatus requiring beauty and strength, power and plenty of stamina.
Handspring, laid out front, double twist. Julie's got all the tumbling moves in the book here. Oh, interesting little variation there. 1.5 twist to prone.
Nice and creative.
Yeah, no, that's a good start for the Canadians.
Julie Beaulieu.
I think some of the competitors that have are waiting between rounds are probably watching the Canadians and thinking that they're creeping into the competition. So Canadians have done very well to start pegging up the world rankings.
Well, it's helped with her consistency. 9.45 on the beam and the uneven bars.
Right. Okay, there's her 1.5 twist to prone.
Well, I think acrobatic skiing as a hobby must help out on the floor.
Who says it's not a team sport? Coach's job is never done.
But it's not all lost for that Canadian team. 9.175 for Julie Beaulieu.
Yeah, no, their total won't be disastrous on floor, so they've got to keep it going. They've got to keep the game high.
Those disappointed faces don't always tell the true story. So it's not all doom and gloom for Canada. That's the end of the floor routine for them, but another 2 rotations to go. That's the end of the 4th rotation. 4 down, 2 to go, and the States still riding high. Not a lot between Aussie and China. The Chinese with a great showing on the uneven bars. It's rotation 5, and this is Brooke Walker from Australia. 18 years old, part of the World Championship team, which came 5th.
Great back handspring to lay out somersault. Make or break time for the Australians on beam. They're going well in the team competition. And this is where they need to put in some solid performances. So Brooks giving him the first routine here. Hopefully she can complete the beam, give him a good one, good score to put in the bag. Front somersault tuck straight to a leap. So picked up combination, moving from a tumbling move straight into a leap. And she picks up bonus combination for that.
Big breath before a final move.
Punch double back, under rotated.
That could hurt her and Australia's chances. They are sitting currently 2nd in the teams behind the USA.
If we can find out where she went wrong here. Push out of her round off. Yeah, she went slightly askew, so chances are she didn't get a good clean landing with both feet on the beam. I think her right foot was slightly off the beam when she took off, so really she had to get all her height from one foot. You could see the way she skewed off to the right there and didn't quite have enough juice to get around 2 somersaults. So let's take a half a point deduction there. Second girl's up.
This is Lisa Skinner. She's a specialist on bars.
Lisa Skinner, a mount directly connected to a leap. So again, she gets a difficulty rating for the mount and then bonus points for connecting a leap. There's her requirement down to the beam. Full pirouette. Again, the beam routine lasts between 1:10 and 1:30 seconds. They've got to perform acro skills such as that. The flick flag through to layup back. Combination of gymnastic movements such as leaps or turns. Front tumbling skill. Valdez quarter turn back down to the beam. Nice transition movements. Lisa's looking pretty solid on beam. Again, nothing but the dismount to come, let's hope. Double back, and she landed it.
10 centimetres or 4 inches was never made to look so easy.
Yeah, that's right. It's a tough one to hit. You got to squeeze both your feet onto that beam prior to your dismount. And she managed to do that, so a good solid landing. And Lisa has pulled Australia back on track here on beam. Push. Double back, solid landing. little bit of a execution in the legs, in the double back, but not a major. She'll still pick up a good score for that routine.
But we have a quick look at vault, where the Kiwis are ready for their run-ups. Alethea Boone.
She performs a handspring pike front salto. The start value for that vault is 9.5.
A real natural athlete. Went to the Commonwealth Games. With the New Zealand team to the World Champs last year.
Handspring pike front. Plenty of height, plenty of length. So much height she had to take a step forward, so she over-rotated that a little bit, but minor deduction in the step, and a good vault for Alethea. That'll score well.
Vault and beam, her best disciplines, so she'll be hoping to improve on that.
Oh, lots of pop up there. She got plenty of height. Good position in the air. Great vault from Alethea. That's the end of vault for the New Zealand girls. They now have a bar.
Morgan White from the USA. Swinging into action.
Into L grip. Another full turn into L grip. And a Stalder in L grip. Now that's a very difficult move. Very few, well, if any girls will be performing that, so it may be unique for...
She scored a 9.15 on the beam.
Morgan, she's moving, transition to the lower bar. Winding up for dismount. In a double layout, slight pike in the second somersault, but a good solid start for the Americans. Crunch time for the Americans. This is their final event for the competition. So there's 3 routines to go for them, and then they sit on the sidelines, and their destiny is in the hands of the other teams. That's the endo, or forward Stalder in L grip. Very difficult to perform on the uneven bars. Full turn over the top of the bar. A little bit of a deduction there. Didn't quite finish that as high in handstand as she might have. Critical that when they do the turns over the top of the bar, they complete them as close to handstand as possible. Moving back up to the high bar and winding up. These are called tap swings, really, getting ready for the dismount, building up as much momentum as possible, and a powerful dismount. Pretty solid landing. Only minor deductions there for Morgan, so it's a good clean start for the Americans.
And that's her competition for tonight over, I guess. She can sit back and relax. Vanessa Atler is on the uneven bars. Vanessa had a brilliant vault, a 9.575.
Yep.
She's keeping the US in the running.
Vanessa moving between the low bar and the high bar. Into some giant movements. There's a hop half turn with a further half turn, so a full turn over the top and winding up straight into a double layout dismount. So the Americans are matching the challenge on the asymmetric bars. As I said, it's the last apparatus for them. They have a bye in the final round, so they'll have to sit and watch as the other teams have a chance. Double layout. Yeah, a little bit of a hop in the dismount, but that's not a major. And a 9.55 for Morgan. So solid score. Again, the Americans need to get as much as possible out of this event.
She is our competition leader. 9.625 on the beam. A 9.45 on the floor.
Elise will have plenty of confidence going into this routine.
She can throw everything into it, really, can't she?
Well, she can. She's on a roll. She's had a couple. Well, she's had 3 good events prior to this, so really this is to finish the competition off for her.
I guess the danger always is that you try and get a bit risky.
Well, she would have been through this a number of times. That's a nice flight element to the top bar. And a stoop on reverse hecht. Back up to giant. And a reverse hecht over the other way. So she's getting all her release moves in early. Those are the ones you want to get out of the way. Now she can get into some combination work with twisting giants. Full turn, Thomas hop over the bar, connected immediately to another one. Nice giants winding up, and a full twisting double layout.
Brilliant from Elise Ray.
Oh my goodness. She has matched everything that the Chinese threw at her. Beautiful routine, and the Americans are coming good.
We've got to see that again. She is ranked. Oh,
Full
lovely
twist over the
release.
top.
Release and regrasp movements, essential for maximum scoring.
Yep, winding up to the dismount, and a laid out double somersault with a full twist. And nailed it. Bella gives a little congratulations there. You know that you've done well when the big man comes out and says, good on you.
How rewarding must it be to please that man? And here's one of America's guns on the uneven bars, Amy Chow. She was a silver medalist on the bars at the Atlanta Olympics in '96.
Hop into, oh, this is brilliant work on the low bar. And up to the high bar. That was a beautiful start from Amy. A little bit of a hesitation there, but not a major deduction. Piked Jaeger somersault straight into a transition element to the low bar. Oh, she knows where that bar is without even looking.
It doesn't mean she can close her eyes.
And a full twisting double somersault. The
Just
Americans,
slick.
yep, they're on fire. They know that they've got to throw everything into this event. She's smiling. I think it's the first time tonight she's had a smile on her face, so she's pleased with that.
And I tell you what, I can see some of the Aussie team looking on. They must be worried.
Yeah, the Aussies have gotten through beam. It's going to be interesting to see how this rotation has affected the overall standings in the team.
She's so graceful.
Oh, the extensions of the work on the Americans on the uneven bars is great. They're just at full extension. Now there was a hesitation there. She will pick up a deduction, but it shouldn't cost her a lot. She wasn't too displeased with things. That's a Jaeger somersault, piked front somersault, but then straight into that transition to the low bar. So combination bonus. She's got, again, start value 10. So it's really just the minor deduction she's taken. Giant winding up for the dismount. And a double somersault with a full twist. Boom.
Oh, she missed the world champs last year in China because of an ankle injury, but she's right back on track. Amy Chow.
And the Americans have done their job, so they sit down now.
Let's see if she can beat Elise Ray from the USA, 9.675. That was a pretty clean routine. We're going to see some high scoring for Amy. Can she beat a 9.675? She certainly has. 9.775 for Amy Chow. Well, at the halfway stage, USA were leading the competition for the teams event, and after a brilliant showing on the uneven bars, I'm sure they've consolidated that lead. That was their last event in rotation 5, 1 remaining. Naoko Nakase from Japan on the vault. This is where individuals can make or break their competitions. Teams can cement themselves medals. It's the 6th and final rotation.
Handspring pipe front, great vault. She nailed that. Starting value 9.5 for that vault, so not a lot of execution deduction there, so she should score into the low 9s there. Here it is, into the handspring, plenty of prop, lots of length.
Controlled landing.
Yeah, she was a good landing. She could have done with a bit more height.
Her teammate, Chimimi Takeda of Japan. Her first vault.
There's Jamie. Into the vault, handspring entry, another handspring pike front somersault. Got a pretty good starting value. The 9.5 starting value for that vault attracts a lot of the competitors to perform that one. It's probably one of the easier vaults that you can perform and still have a start value that high. So it's a common vault for some of the competitors that aren't able to get into that higher level of vaults.
Chimimi Takeda.
Chimimi's getting every inch she can out of this run-up.
25 metres,
She's
1
in the
metre
starting.
wide.
Yeah, it's like she's in the starting blocks there on that red mark. Pike front, good length. A little bit short on height, but again, she'll score pretty solidly.
And that's her competition over.
She's pretty happy about it. Japanese are probably not in contention for the team title tonight, but they'll certainly be looking get into the top 5.
It's a young
Pike
team.
front. Yeah, that's right. And the Japanese have been coming up the world rankings lately too, so they do have some good competitors here. Pretty cheerful. They can't be unhappy with the way they went today.
Ping Sha from China about to start her beam routine.
Chinese girls excel on balance beam. You'll see some of the best routines in the world watching your television over the next few minutes. The American girls have completed their competition. They're off in the wings watching the Chinese now, and it's all in their lap. They're hoping to pull their way up the rankings into the top 3, perhaps knock the United States off the perch. Front somersault directly to a leap, absolutely no hesitation there.
9.675, the best score on the beam from Alana Slater from Australia.
Front somersault to another leap. Her landing position in that punch front somersault was so high that she was able to go straight into the leap movement. Back handspring to a back handspring roll onto the beam. That's her C element leap, which is a requirement on the beam. They need to perform leaps with large amplitude.
Nice elevation and extension. And the leap.
There's another one connected. Again, they do pick up connection bonus points when they connect 2 leap elements like that together without hesitation. They need to perform tumbling skills in combinations, and also movements like that take them down into support on the beam.
Demonstrating elegance, flexibility, balance, and control.
Here's a dismount. Double twist.
Nice.
Pretty clean. Yeah, there's not a lot wrong there for a first competitor. Most countries would be happy to have that as their top competitor. So really, that's a starting point for the Chinese to build on.
Ping Sha happy with her performance. And the dismount again.
Double twist, great landing, and great height too. So that's a great start for the Chinese on beam. She's ecstatic. It's turned into a bit of a 3-horse race here for the teams event. The Americans, who have completed the competition, are sitting watching while the Chinese and the Australians battle it out. Waiting for Bai Chunyu on the beam. Here she is, performing her mount. It's a handspring, solid as a rock.
Needing the beat board to get up 1.2 meters high is the beam.
Directly into a back somersault, so that's a nice combination there. Back handspring to a layout back.
Look at the fluency in that.
Oh yeah, and look, I know you've said it before, that the beam's not wide, and when you have to perform 3 tumbling skills like that and remain dead solid in the middle, it's really mark of a master of the apparatus. There's a 360-degree turn in that leap. Choreography throughout the beam to keep the continuity going. She's readying herself for a dismount. Punch, double back. And it's a good routine. The Chinese are making a late run.
The beam's 1.2 metres high. I don't know whether Bai would be that much taller than the beam. Great effort. And we cross to the floor. The Australians in action. Alana Slater. She is got an 8.9 on the vault. A great score on the beam, 9.675. Let's see what she can do for the individual all-round.
Hey, remember, the Australians here really trying to solidify their position ahead of the Americans. Whip, 2.5 twist to a punch front tumbling row, so she's got herself some difficulty bonus, some connection bonus, and ticked off one of the special requirements. She's achieved a lot in that first row. And there's a triple twist coming back, so she's got probably her 2 most difficult elements out of the way.
And there's a bit of pressure on Alana because Zena McLaughlin, her teammate, only scored an 8.7 on the floor.
Okay, now the Australians will need to drop that score, so the next 3 competitors must nail their routines solid.
So Alana has got to get this one right.
She's had a great start. She's looking good. Coming up to another tumbling run. They've got they can collect themselves for a couple seconds in the corner in preparation for their tumbling.
Oh,
that's
no.
Not good. She was going for a 1.5 twist. 2.5 twist laid out front there and came up short. So she's taken a major fall.
Australia, the colour of your medal may have changed.
Yeah, that can do it. That's all it takes when you've had 2 competitors that have had broken routines.
Oh, lovely elevation. Great amplitude on that.
Now that's...
Great finish.
Yeah.
But is it enough?
Well, a big disappointment there for Alana. She was going so well. She'd nailed her first 2 tumbling runs.
-16-year-old.
2.5 twists. She just was underbaked on that last half twist. She came into the ground. She needed to perform another quarter twist and able to land that, but she was a little bit low. Didn't allow her to complete the twist. Double layout from Trudy.
She's our high flyer from the vault. One of Australia's great hopes.
Yeah, well, a bit of traditional music. This will go down well in Sydney 2000 if she keeps this music. The crowd will lift her up, so she knows that it's critical she completes this routine as well as she can. Obviously, the Australians have had to counter a lower score than they would have liked, so... Oh, look, even the Kiwis are getting behind it. Trans-Tasman kinship.
Can't believe Kiwis are clapping to this.
Yeah.
But you've got to clap for that.
Ooh. Bit of Aboriginal rhythms coming in. Final tumbling row for Trudy. Double pike. Oh, she nailed it. Okay, that's a good result for Trudy.
Plenty of acrobatics, a little bit of waltzing Matilda, a little bit of waltzing from Trudy McIntosh.
Yeah, she had a bit of spark.
She needs to get those points up there. Alana Slater got an 8.9. Zena McLaughlin, her other teammate, 8.7. This could be crucial for the team's event. Beam. 9.70 for that girl on beam.
Okay, here's Trudy.
Graceful, strong.
Yep. She'd be pretty happy with that. There are no major problems with her routine, so she's given Australia a sniff of a hope there.
Don't know if it's enough, though, David. These other 2 scores, 8.7, 8.9.
Yep. Okay, here's Lisa Skinner from Australia. 2.5 twist punch front. She's looking good. She's tumbling high. Nice transition moves. Beautiful choreography.
Very expressive on the floor. She scored 9s all night, 9.1, 9.475, 9.225. Consistent.
So she has got the all-around title in the back of her mind.
Determined look on her face.
Tumbling her handspring, full twisting front. Punch, straddle jump to prone. Great flexibility in her movements here, her extension. Oh,
lovely pivots.
Triple pivot on one foot. Highly rated skill. It's also a required element for the girls to show at least a 360 degree turn on one leg. So she
looking for fixed positions in those pivots.
Nice.
And a finish like that'll do it for her.
Yep. No, that's a good routine for
Lisa Skinner.
Lisa. It'll do her all around chances no harm.
And just what Australia needed. Maybe it was that waltzing Matilda beforehand that picked a game up a little bit. She is relieved. She's happy.
Yep.
Let's have another look.
Ladies and gentlemen, that completes
Lisa Skinner
for today. Can we have a huge round of applause, please?
Full twisting laid out front somersault to a punch straddle jump to support.
So after a demanding day, the United States held off its neighbour Canada for the team's title. China held for third, followed by Japan, Canada, Venezuela. Sad to see New Zealand not quite in the same league. And it's an American who takes the all-round title. One-way traffic for Elise Ray, who led from start to finish. Ling Ji from China in a tight tussle with Lisa Skinner for second. New Zealand's Aletha Boone, 18th in the all-round.